So the purpose of my testimonial is to do two things. Talk a little bit about the meaning of abundance and what we're doing in our stewardship campaign, and also to reflect a little bit on how the church has affected me for the past 72 years of my 79 years on this earth. The first 7 years I didn't control it, my parents controlled it. I'm going to end by, this is a week that we should be putting our pledge cards. Liz and I have ours filled out, looks like this. If you forgot yours, you could probably take the bulletin and write on it, "I pledge so much," and sign your name, and they probably will be able to enter it. The metrics of our parish were spelled out well in Robbie Dykert's and Kurt's letter to us all. 117 of us are pledging. We hope to increase that amount to 150, and each of us who do pledge, hopefully are going to pledge a little more every year. I was moved not only by Crystal Judd's memorial last year, but by Carly Redpath, who I don't see here today. Wait a minute, sorry, I stand corrected. Don't know all the choir members. A testimonial last week of her short 27 years on this earth. I'm going to save you with the excitement of my 7th to 18th year, when I spent every Sunday no further than this from the altar in our church in St. Peter's Episcopal Church in Lakewood, Ohio. I was a member of the junior choir until my voice changed, which happens to all of us. And then I carried the flag, and then I became a crucifer, and loved every minute of it. I felt like I was running the church, which of course wasn't true at all, but I was close to Reverend Chave McCracken, who had an effect on us. As we were forming our songs in the church choir, he said something I've never forgot: "If the Lord gave you a bad voice, give it back to him in church." And that stood me in good stead. To become a member of the church, you had to memorize, to be baptized, to be confirmed, you had to memorize the Nicene Creed, which was a daunting task for me at my age, but I did it. But let's skip forward to what's happened in Liz and my 50 years of this church. We moved into the community 50 years ago, and not much later, Chris Weber came, and we became members of the church, and 2 years later our first daughter was born. She was married here in 2005, and now is a member of Christ Church in Rye, New York, not far away. Our son was born and is a member of the church in St. Luke's in the Field, which is in the Lower West Side. He's a usher there and a member of the vestry. And over the years, never given enough, but I've been an usher with George Palmer, been a junior warden and ran a capital campaign in 1980, and gave what I could when asked to the church. The church gave back to me. I was fortunate enough to go on the pilgrimage, and at the pilgrimage in the troubled part of the world now, I'm glad we went then. Liz and I renewed our vows in Cana. We didn't have to do that, but we volunteered. The town that Christ turned water into wine. I have a Demarius on a ring that I bought, which was either used by Christ to pay his taxes to Caesar, or for Caesar to pay his tithing to the church. We walked in the muddy Jordan. We floated in the Dead Sea. We were guests of the Palestine Episcopal Church, which is, of course, suffering with all the problems over there. What I remember most about the pilgrimage was every place we went, they rated as 1, 2, or 3. 1 was a place that Christ for sure was at. 2 or 3, maybe less so. And we went to the fields where he was apprehended the day before he was crucified. We went down in the tomb, in the pit where he was held the night before he was crucified, which must have been a terrible place then. It was all white and very clean when we were down there, but I didn't like it down there at all. So the church has had an effect on us. Liz and I were married in an Episcopal church in Ruxton, Virginia. So it's been a part of our life, and in the columbarium over there, we've got a place. We're going to be around for the next millennium. So happily, our journey isn't over. But I close with in short, the church has been very good to me, and I've tried to do my part over the last 71 years of my life. But again, this is the time when please don't wait until December 31st to have Kirk come after you and ask for your pledge card. This is the week. Do it before the Giants or Jets lose today. Jets aren't losing, but the Giants are playing. And you could even write on the bulletin if you wanted to. That's my remembrance.
Thank you, Biff. 50 years here at the parish and being a part of it, and you can feel how this is a community that has grown and is strengthened by people being involved with other people's lives. So that's what we're doing here, and I'm so glad that Biff was willing to offer a testimonial about his how important the church has been and how important Christ Church has been in his life. As he mentioned, all the different ways that you can give are in your bulletin, from QR codes to cards that are in the back. We had, as of this morning, 17 pledges already, and so after the first week, and so we have a lot more. The math is there. We have about 133 more to go to get to our goal of 150. Walk in love as Christ loved us and gave himself for us, an offering and sacrifice to God.